Blessings, grace, and peace. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Whenever you may be watching this, it's your boy Benjamin Gibson, aka the Sarge, and I'm back doing a YouTube video. Please forgive the lack of quality with the camera. The camera that I normally would be using was spotty and freezing a lot and messing up, so having to use the old school one through the computer. But fret not, because I will be getting some new and something a lot better here soon. So for those of you who are tuning in for the first time, welcome. Thank you very much. Again, I'm Benjamin. Appreciate you. Do me a favor and give this a like, give it a share, give it a comment, good or bad, just respectful. And started my channel last year, and some things happened. Ended up getting back in the conventional workforce, and didn't really have a whole lot of time for doing it. But I'm back, excited to be doing some more videos, and there's going to be a lot of different topic videos, a lot of different videos, Bible studies, teachings, maybe sermons, reviews, and some other things, maybe just some topics going on right now, all from a Christian-like worldview. So, with that being said, there's also a video, like a welcome video on my YouTube channel. Check that out, and it'll give you a little bit more information about me and about the channel. Okay, so with that being said, what is this video about? As you could see with the title, this is, I am starting my master's degree at GCU, Grand Canyon University, Lopes Up. So, absolutely excited and happy about doing it. And I just wanted to go ahead and give some information about GCU and about my personal experience through applying, being accepted, and starting GCU for Masters of Arts in Christian Ministry. Okay, they have business, they have engineering, they have some computer stuff, they have nursing. I know a lot of my peeps are nurses, and I know a lot of you are always striving for that next level. So if Masters is the next level for you, I would absolutely encourage you to check them out and see what they can offer. And especially any of my military peeps out there looking to use your Chapter 33, or maybe you have a dependent, a child, or maybe the wife or husband that is going to be utilizing your Chapter 33. Check them out as well. So let me start by saying that I am absolutely 100% impressed with GCU and how easy it was for me to apply, for me to be accepted, and for me to start my my first class and finish my first class at GCU. There'll be another video that I'm going to do after this, which will document my experience on an event that they have called Destination GCU. And that was a phenomenal event, absolutely first class, top notch. Was truly impressed with that. But I'm going to do another video about that here later on. So how did this come about? Okay, for those of you who do know me, you know that I went to Liberty University and I graduated in 2021 with a bachelor's degree, Bachelor of Science in Religion Evangelism. The plan was to jump right in and continue on my education, getting a master's degree in sports chaplaincy. Well, for a variety of reasons that I'm not going to dig too much in, because this is about GCU, I ended up stopping that journey and took a break off of school. Okay, it was time for me to get back in. I had the itch again, you will, or caught the bug, however you want to say it. I would say that in God's sovereignty and His timing, it was time for me to go back to school. And so I was looking at 3 different options. I was looking at Liberty again. I was looking at DBU, or Dallas Baptist University, and GCU, Grand Canyon University. And I will be transparent and honest. GCU was number 3 on the list. Liberty was 1, DBU was 2, and then GCU was 3. But when everything was weighed out and looked at, GCU seemed to be the best option for me. And if this first month and a half is any type of indication, then it was absolutely the right choice. So what I did was I just went online and it said, what degrees are you interested in? And I actually chose one, and then it said, is there another one? And I chose that. So I actually chose 3 different degrees that I was interested in pursuing at GCU. And I did this on a Friday or a Saturday, if I remember correctly. And on Monday, I was contacted. I was contacted by a guy named John Montgomery. He is like my advisor, my student advisor, if you will. And he said, hey, reaching out, would like to answer any questions and help you out. And he reached out via phone. So we started talking on the phone, and he gave me some answers to questions that I had. And before you knew it, I was sitting behind the computer with him talking, and we were going through some of the things that needed to be done. I had to request my transcripts from Liberty so they could be sent there. I had to log into my VA and send a document showing how much time I had and that I did have the benefits and what have you, and went through and just kind of went through the application process. It took about 40 minutes, and it was very easy, and John was there the entire time, walking through, answering any questions that I may have. He was shooting me links in my email. I clicked the link, it would come up, and then I would go into whatever website it was to help provide the information that they needed. But it was very easy, and I'm not a very technical or computer savvy guy, so if it was easy for me, it's kind of like the old school commercial, so easy a caveman, so easy Benjamin can do it, then it was absolutely an easy process, okay? And so after that, we just kind of had to play the waiting game on if the application would be approved, which John was very confident, and I was confident as well that it would in fact be approved. And so it came back approved. I was then introduced to my counselor, my student counselor, Ashley. And the thing that I love is John and Ashley are going to be with me. They're like assigned to me, or me assigned to them, however you want to look at it, from the day I came on, and actually with John even before I came on, until the day, Lord willing, I walk across the stage and graduate with my master's degree. Okay? That's what I absolutely love. I have 2 individuals that, one, know me, know what my aspirations, know what my goals are, know what I'm trying to do, how I'm trying to do it, know my personal situation as far as how am I paying, what type of aid I'm going to be using, what I may qualify for, what I'm going to be trying to look at, when I'm going to be trying to do certain things. Like, they have all of that. They know that, and they are going to walk with me each step of the way. Ashley is going to be monitoring the first 3 classes that I take to ensure that things are going, as they should. And if there's any type of issues or what have you, she's going to come in and help me or do whatever is needed to be done to rectify any issues. John's going to be doing the absolute same thing. I have reached out to both of them via email and phone call, and if I did not get them right then and there on the phone, they turned right around and got back to me within a day. Okay, it did not take a lot of time at all. So that's something that GCU absolutely gets right. Is it's not like a academic advisor by committee, as it is at some schools where you call and you'll talk to someone and they'll put your name in the computer and they'll go through your notes and you'll explain everything and they'll type stuff up and they'll be like, okay, we'll send this to such and such, or okay, yeah, we'll look at this and we'll see. If you don't get it taken care of right then and there with that person, then chances are you're going to have to call back. You're going to have to talk to somebody else. You're going to have to articulate everything that you did the first time, and hopefully they'll be able to help you out. Okay, so the fact that I have people who are, again, assigned to me is absolutely a win. I have a name, and after Destination GCU, I actually have a face, and I'll do a video about that again, like I said, later. And I have a face and a name. I have an email. I have a phone number. And the thing that I love is that there's absolutely accountability as well. John is like accountable to Ashley. Ashley is accountable to somebody else. I have all the emails, all the contact information to ensure that if I need to, for whatever reason, I can escalate and elevate things to another level. Okay. I also have what is called a field experience counselor. Okay. And her name is Christine, I believe. And so as I'm taking these courses, 4 of them, because they are ministry and could even be classified as pastoral classes, it's, like in the military, we call it like a practical exercise or practical application, if you will. So I'm going to, in 4 of the classes, have to actually do ministry type stuff, which is nothing, new for me per se. I've been doing it for a little while here. But I need to do that, and it will be documented, and it will be, needs to be reported back, and it needs to be evaluated and what have you. And with that, it needs to be led by someone who is a ministry supervisor, if you will. And so that they look for, a senior, a lead pastor, or equivalent who has been in the position for at least 5 to 7 years. Someone who will be a mentor. So it's almost like an internship, if you will, for these courses. And so you will be there working with the church or the organization, and, you will be teaching and preaching and counseling and doing evangelism or whatever whatever you may be doing. But it's not like, oh, great, we got this guy's going to clean toilets for us for the next, 4 weeks or 6 weeks or whatever. That's not what it's about. It's actually frowned upon, and it's in the bylaws of the program itself, saying, hey, look, we understand about serving and we got it. And if the guy goes there and, it's a beautification day or whatever the case may be, there's no problem with him helping out or her helping out or what have you. But that's not the ideal setting. And so there's different tiers of help and support and service that the student will go through, and it shows, where those things fall at. So that's awesome. She already reached out to me twice. We've already spoke. She sent me everything. I have sent it to my pastor, actually, who is going to be my mentor and be my supervisor, my ministry supervisor, throughout those 4 classes. So again, those individuals will be with me throughout this journey, from the start to, like I said, Lord willing, the finish when I graduate with my master's. And so that's just a win, to be able to have people that you can absolutely contact and ask questions or get help. Again, kudos to GCU for that. The other thing that I love is that they bring you in slowly. And what do I mean by that? What they do is they bring you in to where you're going to take a course at a time. Okay? And after your 2 core classes, if you will, and a very first class, which is like an introduction, which I will talk about in a minute. That one's 4 weeks. Then you do 2 classes, 8-week blocks each. When you're done with those and you have at least a B average, you can double up classes if you want. And if you're really on point, you can even request to do 3 classes at a time. Okay, that's something that I am looking at doing. Because again, I'm using my chapter 33. I use my chapter 33 for my bachelor's degree. So I'm going to try and max out as much as possible and come out of pocket as least as amount as possible. So I'm going to try to double up as soon as I can. Okay. But if the workload seems to be a little much to not double up, at least, I will know beforehand, because they're not just letting you jump in, all the way to the deep end of the pool. They want to make sure that you're going to be able to swim first. Okay. And I think that may be a little disheartening and maybe a little disappointing for some students, but for me, it was for about 30 seconds. And then I realized, you know what? This actually is a good thing. So you take a class, and each block is 8 weeks, and they like flow one right after the other. So the classes go from Thursday to Wednesday night. So Thursday at 0001 is when the school week starts, and then at 23:59 for 11:59 for my civilian people, Wednesday night is when all work needs to be submitted. Okay. And then right after that is when the next week goes. And then that Thursday is when classes will stop. And then if you're on taking more classes, then the following Thursday is when your next one will start, and you just keep rolling. Okay. So that's how that works. Thursday to Wednesday night. So I just finished my first class, and it's called University 505, and it's 4 weeks. And the thing that is that's really a introductory and kind of a crash course of being an online student in a master's degree program at GCU and what it all entails. They get you into the Halo, which is the platform that they use, the online platform they use for your schools and what have you. And they give you tutoring through that, how you're able to navigate the system. It's very easy. Again, if I can do it, I know anyone else will be able to do it. And so they teach you those things, and then they also kind of give you an introduction into what it will be in a master's degree class and program. Okay, doing ministry. Everything that is written is in a Turabian writing style format. So they go into that. And the first week you have to write a paper with a bibliography and what have you. And it has to be in Turabian style. Okay. There's also discussion questions, and you have to do those in order to get credit for participation. And so it gives you a very good introduction into what it will be like week after week after week while you're in class. And I think that is an absolutely brilliant idea, and I can't give GCU enough props for that. Because think about it, for a lot of people, they may have been out of school for a while, and they got a bachelor's degree, but it was 15 years ago or even 5 years ago, with the way that things change nowadays. And so now they're coming back in, and it's like, whoa. Because first of all, I will tell you right now, there is a whole difference between undergraduate and graduate level type classes. And anyone who has done this can attest to what I'm saying. There is a whole difference where you can go ahead and do 3 or 4 classes or 2, 3, 4 classes online. As your undergraduate, you ain't going to be able to have that same type energy at the graduate level. It's just, it's too much, especially when you're doing 8-week type of courses, because they're pushing that stuff in. Yeah, it's only 8 weeks, but it's condensed, and you're going to be drinking from a fire hydrant. Okay. So that is an absolute win, and I think it is great for GCU to do that, to get people in, to get them acclimated, to give them that introduction, and you still get credit for it. That's a beautiful thing. You don't get the full 4 credits like what's given for the classes at GCU, but you get 2, and it still counts, and it still gives you college credits, and so it's really good. And I don't want to keep beating that down, but that is an absolute win. So my first overall impression for GCU is I could not be happier with the decision to go to GCU, and I am thoroughly impressed with everything from starting from the initial submitting for more information, to getting the phone call from John to go ahead and start the process, to when the process was going through, to the people reaching out, to starting my first class, to going through the first class, to finishing the first class. It has just been absolutely, I have no complaints at all. Even the complaint that I thought I was going to have, which was I would like to probably double up classes, and I don't really like the fact that my first few classes have to be just by themselves. But sitting there thinking about it, looking at how things may be, it is absolutely a very wise decision and a wise policy that GCU has for students to start just doing one class, and then we'll see how you do. Other institutions don't do that, and so sometimes you end up in a bad way, biting off more than you can chew. I will admit that that was part of the issue when I started to go through my master's at Liberty. I jumped in and was trying to do the same amount of stuff that I was doing when I was pursuing my bachelor's. And again, it just doesn't work. And then me going back into the conventional workforce, that absolutely was not going to happen. In addition to some other things that was going on. So again, if you are looking at trying to, the other thing that I will say, and it goes without saying, just in case, I do want to put this out there. Grand Canyon University is a Christian university. Okay, they absolutely have a Christian worldview. Their doctrinal statement is as bold and as unapologetic for the Christian worldview and for our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ as you can get. I was actually blown away and very encouraged and very impressed that they are so bold in putting it out there. And not only do they put it out there in their doctrinal statement, but as you talk to people and as you see interviews with people with some of their informational videos and what have you, it's all the same thing. It is about a Christian worldview. It is about Christ. It is about what is your purpose to bring glory to God. And so again, for me, that is just an absolute win, and that was something that I was looking at going to. I know there's other universities out there that have great online programs, but I was looking for ministry. I was looking at pursuing a ministry degree, and two, I wanted to go to a Christian university, and Grand Canyon is like I said, they are unapologetic about it, and I love it. Now, is Grand Canyon University a perfect institution? I'm sure they're not. I'm sure there's some things, and I'm sure there's some people who have had some other experiences, but I can tell you, as for me and my foxhole and exactly how it has been for me right now, it has been absolutely phenomenal, and I have no complaints. So again, if you are looking at pursuing a bachelor's degree, if you're pursuing a master's degree, if you're even looking at maybe going for a doctorate, they have all those at GCU in a variety of different degree programs, from business to nursing to theology, and I want to say engineering and some other things. I will tell you in my next video that they have a very impressive campus. I'll tell you that. Very impressive facilities, very impressive tools and resources. So, with that being said, if you're looking at furthering your education online, or if you're in the Arizona, Phoenix area, I think some of my peeps are, check them out. Maybe instead of going online, maybe you go to the campus, or you can be right there down the street and still go online. But if you're looking at, possibly pursuing and furthering your education, I would absolutely recommend for you to look at GCU, Grand Canyon University, and of course, if you're military and you want to utilize your Chapter 33, they have a military benefits office and counselors and advisors on site that you are able to reach out and talk to. I talked to one face-to-face when I went out there for Destination GCU, which again, I will talk about in the next video, and was a plethora of knowledge, was all about helping out, and want to absolutely set the students, especially those who are veterans, up for success and ensure that they get everything out of their benefits and what have you. So check out GCU. Again, I can't recommend it enough, and I am super excited and beyond impressed with my first impression of GCU. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and close this out. Appreciate y'all. And look out for the next video where I will talk about Destination GCU. And they actually allowed me to go out there and check some things out. So, y'all have a great one. And until the next time, y'all be easy and God bless. Lopes up.